I'm gonna hit that button too.
Hey everybody.
Hello.
We
Hey guys, how are you?
going live. I'm going to try to go live on Instagram here as well.
Now we
Awesome.
live. Hello.
Yeah, we're live on Instagram too.
Hey
Okay.
guys.
This is challenging for me because I usually have Camellia helping me out here.
So
But
I'm Camellia today.
yeah, and you look just like her
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
We're live here on Facebook, obviously, and on Instagram as well. We just kind of wanted to step out of our comfort zone and connect with everybody. I'm Laura.
I'm Dominic.
And we are Forever Bridal, and we wouldn't be Forever Bridal, obviously, without Camellia and Emily. But for the purpose of today, we wanted to touch base with you guys and just chat a little bit and
reach out, see how everyone's doing.
Yeah, see what's going on, kind of get a vibe on everybody out there in our wedding community, and I was looking for something to wipe my glasses, and just kind of let you know where we are sort of pivoting and directing ourselves, and what we can all do as a community. So bear with us because we've got comments and all kinds of stuff coming from both directions. But I guess we'll just kind of start off with Governor Cooper's address yesterday.
With the 3-phase layout. Yeah, we can start with that. That'd be great.
So I'm pretty sure everybody has seen that, heard about it. It's hard not to. We copied that link and put it in our Wedding Pros page, which if I did all my tech correctly, then we're live in that group as well. But clearly, you know, everyone is suffering, but I think the wedding event industry is
probably hit the hardest of almost all that.
Yeah,
industry.
I mean, it is for us anyway.
Maybe restaurants.
So if everything goes the way that it's planned to go, so in a perfect scenario, if all the phases act out the way that they're supposed to, we could be looking at the beginning to mid-June before we can have any kind of decent size gathering. And we
still don't know what those parameters will be at that point.
Yeah.
I guess phase 2 will be one of the most important time frames.
Right.
And they put a 4 to 6 week window on that. So we have to see where the governor comes in and how we as North Carolinians are, you know, getting along, and hopefully we'll flatten this curve so we can get back to work.
Yeah. So having said that, if everything went perfectly, we could be looking at the first or second week of June and whatever those events might look like. I think we have sort of come to the realization that we are not going to be producing shows the way that we normally produce them.
At least for the immediate future.
Yeah. So
we have been talking to show promoters around the country, getting their sentiment as well. And everyone is feeling it right now. And we're all in this, you know, they say it and they keep saying it, but we are all in this together. And the more we rely on each other and talk to each other and be open with each other, it'll help us get through without a doubt.
Yeah, I think that's important too. I can't help but think of High School Musical every time I hear all in this together. It makes me want to learn that dance. That might be my goal for the weekend. But
that's funny.
It's just been it just was kind of slap in the face yesterday. It's disappointing. It puts more anxiety, puts more uncertainty, and certainly makes it challenging to know how to operate a business, connect with your customers, keep money coming in. It's a lot to take in. And
everyone's reinventing themselves.
Right. And that's a little bit about what we wanted to
Seen a lot of creativity, which has been very good.
Yeah. They say necessity is the mother of invention. So here goes nothing, Mom.
That's right.
So we wanted to chat a little bit about that. You know, we are in a unique situation with our businesses, or with our business, because we have two audiences. We have the brides, which
first audience.
Yeah, our first audience is the brides, which come to our website, look for resources there, attend our shows, and do business with the vendors, which is the second audience that we serve, which is providing a platform for them to connect with brides on large scale events and to reach their audience in a big way with presence on our website. So that's always been a goal and part of our strategy is how to serve two completely different audiences, two completely different demographics.
Right.
And it's something that we've worked our life on, really, for 25 years.
It's a long time.
It is a long time.
We love it.
I hate to even
love
sit
all
here.
You guys.
I hate to even sit here and admit that it's been 25 years, but that's another.
And we've never had a situation like this.
Well, I don't think anybody has.
No, I'm just saying, but
to
be in business for 25 years,
yeah,
that's a long time to experience something for the first time.
Yeah. Well, it's also a testament to what we all do. Meeting people in person and making connections and seeing if it's someone that you want to work with for your wedding day, and that says a lot to the industry to have survived that long, especially with the expanse of technology. Who's Go Pirates? That's awesome. Thank you.
Sorry,
we were just talking about ECU today as well, but and college for that matter.
That's why we are purple at Forever Bridal.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a son who's a senior this year and getting ready to go off to college, and now that's looking grim. So there's a lot of really intense emotions happening out there. I'm not gonna lie, I've had good days and bad days.
Yeah.
We've gone up, we've gone down, we've been hopeful, we've been doom and gloom. So
what want to like to try and hear from you guys as well. We are trying to put plans in place, obviously, for the fall for both aspects of what could possibly happen. Again,
right.
Depends on what phase 3 looks like, on how Governor Roy Cooper has his plan of action. But we'll see what happens. And I think what's going to happen is we've been talking to a lot of show promoters around the country. We have a couple options. So we would like to hear from you guys about some of your ideas as well on some of the things that you would like to see us do. Or she's doing something fancy.
Yeah, I'm trying to answer comments and replies and stuff.
We got all this technology around us.
Keep talking.
So we have a Zoom call, and I just found out what Zoom was a couple weeks ago, and we've had more Zoom calls than I've ever had in my entire life. And we've been talking to show promoters, and we get sometimes 30, 35 of us from around the country, some of the largest cities in the country, and we've been discussing, the future of our events and our industry and how we could best serve our clients, which is, again, our dual audience. But for the most part, there is some unknown, which is what the scary part about the whole process with COVID is. But, we just want you guys to know that we are actively planning and do have some options in place. So, if we have worst case scenario, we can go option A. If we have best case scenario, we can go option B. I mean, obviously, we know trade shows. It's what we do. It's what we live for. And we can pull that off fairly easy once, if.
That's the easy part. Okay, so here's what we were talking about before. So we've been in this industry for 25 years. We know how to be that connector, that person who brings vendors and brides together. We can do that instantly. If we could have a show next weekend, I guarantee you, between me, Dom, Camilla, and Emily, we could make that happen. That's the easy part. Mm-hmm. The hard part is going to be, how do we keep that going right now when we can't have a show, when we can't get together in large groups of people, when we can't expose brides to vendors to meet them and hear about their services and their products and make those connections. And the same for the vendors. So I kind of charged my team today in one of my freak out moments to think over the weekend and just think realistically. I guess we just have to plan for the worst and hope for the best. That's really where we are. And I think to a certain extent, when this
just a little better.
Okay. I think to a certain extent, when all this happened, we are kind of like, okay, whatever, this is ridiculous. The flu kills more people than this virus. And then we're kind of in shock a little bit and in disbelief. So I think for me, at least, I'm starting to realize, all right, we really have to pivot here and almost come up with a new business plan of what connecting vendors and brides looks like. So it was really important to us to just want to hop on today and talk to you guys, let you know what we're feeling, find out how you guys are feeling. We've been discussing about the brides that are currently rescheduled and postponed for late summer and early fall, or even through the end of the year.
I will say, I do need to kind of applaud all you wedding professionals out
Yeah, it's been amazing.
there.
To have to just jump into that and connect with all the vendors that were part of a wedding, the ones that were completely planned out, that had to just jump in at that point and reschedule everything. That had to be a huge, huge undertaking, especially, you know, in light of how fast it was happening and how quickly we had to do that. So
we've had more conversations with our fellow vendors, because a lot of these vendors are actually our personal friends as well.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we're all doing more work we've ever had in our entire lives for pretty much no money.
Wow. Yeah, for no money. And I don't know, why is that we're working harder than we ever were? I feel like I'm at my computer and my phone all day long.
I think that technology makes it easier for us.
It does. I've learned more about Zoom in the past month than I probably ever needed to. I didn't even know what Zoom was. I'm sure you guys can all agree with me on that. But talking about those brides that have postponed and rescheduled, I can only imagine how complicated and how nerve-wracking and scary that is. And now I'm starting to freak out a little bit about what the end of the year looks like for us. So we just really wanted to be able to kind of keep it real with you guys, get on here and talk and let you know that Forever Bridal is still here. We're doing everything that we can to shift gears and kind of come up with new plans and new ideas and what that relationship looks like and how to connect wedding professionals together with the brides. We want to make sure that we're bringing all the relative content to you through our blogs, through our website listings and the resources on our website. We want to be able to pass that information on to you through our social media channels so that we can post things on our Facebook page, on our Instagram. We're working on our YouTube and Pinterest. Camillea's been really great, just spreading out all the goodness to all of our platforms. We've even been pushing a lot of business content over to our Wedding Pros group and on our LinkedIn profile. But we really can help you all the best and really connect you together. The more that we know, the more we know what you want to hear from us. Suggestions, ideas, things that we could do to keep you relevant as wedding vendors, and for brides, keep you planning, because we realize that there's
kind of keep moving forward.
Yeah, we have to keep moving forward. That's the only thing that's going to get us through this. And I'm sure there's plenty of brides out there that are looking to plan 2021 weddings. And we know from the history of our shows and the many years that we've been in business is that people plan 2 years out. So for
I see more of that now than
ever. Probably
as well as, you know, we all talk about Friday, Sunday weddings are becoming popular, but talk to a lot of wedding pros where they're doing weekday weddings now, which is actually amazing to me.
Yeah. And in some other markets too, from the show professionals that we've talked to, how in some markets that Fridays and other weekdays are actually really popular days there. Probably because they have a larger population or demographic than we do here. So it's just interesting information that we're hearing across the U.S. from other show producers. But there is one thing that is the same with all of us, is that we're all feeling the same. We're all experiencing the same challenges, and we're trying to figure out, where do we go from here? Going back to kind of what I was saying before about brides who are looking to plan weddings in 2021 and even 2022. If you hadn't set a date yet, I can only imagine that you're probably seriously thinking about setting those dates now.
Yeah, so we would encourage those brides to reach out to the wedding professionals and get dates secured now.
Yeah, because as we push things out.
Saying, yes, I have Tuesdays and Thursday weddings this year.
A Tuesday and a Thursday. That's awesome. Yeah. So that's more of what we want to hear about.
Hearing more and more of that from everybody.
I think those are great topics of conversation that we can talk about. What does a Tuesday and a Thursday wedding even look like?
How does that affect your out-of-town guests?
I would say, you know, we talk about weekday weddings all the time in our office, and from hearing from other vendors and brides is, you know, oh, well, you get off work and then you got to go home and change your clothes and get your babysitter in order, and you're kind of tired, and then you got to go right to a wedding. Well, we're not really working right now. We're all staying at home. So, you know, if that Thursday wedding comes up and people are at home, you've had all day to get ready, just like you would on a Saturday. So that's something I would love to talk more about, and see what those weekday weddings look like, especially from the vendor perspective. And I know truly that a lot of brides are going to want to know, what those days look like too. And with the amount of people that have, this was interesting because we were just talking about this on our Wednesday, can't talk, our Wedding Wednesday spotlight when we talked to caterers and catering and bakers, is they were already booked for fall, and this goes across the board for any category. They were already booked for late summer, fall, and winter of this year, and now they have all those postponements and reschedules. So their business just doubled within one governor mandate.
Yeah.
Everybody got moved, and now that cake baker that had 20 weddings in the fall now has 30 or 40 weddings in the fall with all the reschedules. So it's...
Now, those Wedding Wednesdays are really important if you guys to tune into those and go back and look on some of the live videos, because you learn a lot. It's just amazing because we all know our own industry and our own category very well. But when you start cross-referencing that to what others are experiencing, it's just good to, it just helps you run your business a little bit better as well, understanding everyone's position, basically.
Yeah, and for the brides, it has turned into a huge educational component. We realize that y'all are planning the biggest event of your life, and you really, up until this point, don't have a whole lot of information available to you to know the right questions to ask and what to do. So the inspiration is everywhere. There's no shortage of that around, but the information is what is harder to come by as a newly engaged bride. So I have been...
Yeah, we're getting a lot of comments about the off Saturday.
Oh, lots of out-of-town guests.
How they're very successful from Amarette to Chrissy to Emily to a couple of Glenda.
Yeah. So Amarette at September Photos, we had a Friday wedding. It was great. Chrissy with K-Star has Tuesdays and Thursdays booked this year.
Bride got married on Sunday. She said she loved it. You know, it does... Actually, we got married on a Sunday, too, because we actually did Memorial Day.
Yeah, we sure did.
So I remember that. Hey, Olivia just joined us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys all for joining us and staying on here with us. What I was going to say with those Wedding Wednesday vendor spotlights that we decided to do, and you can go back and look at them because they're cataloged on our Facebook page, but we started with venues. Obviously, that's a huge one that is really suffering right now, is the venues. They can't have any kind of gathering of any amount of people.
Well, we're in the same boat as they are.
Well, yeah, I mean, clearly. But we talked to venues, we talked to wedding planners, we talked to photography and videographers.
That was a good one, too.
And then we talked to caterers and bakers just this past Wednesday. And, you know, I was just feverishly writing notes and notes and notes. And I've been typing those outlines up. And we're just kind of banking that, and we're planning on turning a lot of that into blogs that we can put out there, because the information that the vendors were sharing with us was just amazing. It was so valuable, and some fun parts to it as well. We were asking everyone like what their favorite part of the wedding was. And, you know, when you have 10 photographers on a Zoom call that you're talking to, you get 10 different favorite parts.
Especially with the experience that group had on that call.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat to hear.
Yeah, it was priceless. It was just worth every penny, whatever, weight in gold, whatever you want to say.
Well, it even goes to show, even after doing this for 25 years, we are still learning about different wedding things and different trends, and how things from 20 years ago sometimes are now popular again. It was just really cool to see.
Yeah.
And listen to.
Totally forgot my train of thought on that. The experience of people on these calls that we've had on these Wedding Wednesdays has just been nothing short of amazing. So I thank all of our vendors for trusting us and taking that opportunity to hop on and share information with us. The whole idea of it was just to put info out there for couples who are still planning for this year, next year, and beyond that, or even the ones who are having to reschedule and postpone that haven't been able to coordinate all their vendors because some weren't available and they still need to look for someone else to fill that spot. I think it's just obvious that there is so much information that we can be relaying to you. That's how I view us. That's our place in the industry. That's what we've worked so hard to build, is that communication between vendor and bride, and how to relay that information and match you all together so that you both are, benefit from it and have the wedding day that you've always dreamed of, and as a vendor being able to provide that service. So that's what we want to continue to be. That's what we are brainstorming about, strategizing about, trying to figure out is how we can, kind of move on the fly here and provide that for you. So
you said the word before, it was perfect. It's a pivot. That's exactly what it is. And I know a lot of industries are trying to do that. We mentioned earlier that people are getting creative, so we need to do the same thing. And we have a lot of good ideas, a lot of creative ideas. So we do like to try to run some of them by you guys. But again, if you have some ideas that you would like to share with us, let us put it on our plate so we can kind of dissect it and see what's best for everybody. We will certainly consider it, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think of this as kind of like our live survey, wanting to hear from brides and hear how you're still planning, the information that you're still looking for, and how the COVID-19 pandemic and mandates that we have in our state is adjusting how your planning is going, what kinds of information you are looking for to help you navigate through this while you're planning, or while you're getting ready to set a date and look for these vendors, because it's really important that we all work together and stay together and make sure that we attack this together and see how we can keep the wedding industry going and our events happening. That's what we want to do. We are, I'm not, but wedding vendors are storytellers, that their services and their products tell your story as a bride. And it's just, it's an amazing story. And we've been just stifled. We haven't been able to have those gatherings, and it's sad. It hurts so bad. I don't even know what else to say. I mean, y'all, it doesn't feel good. It really doesn't. And we just want to let you all know that we're going to keep persevering. We're going to keep moving forward and figure out how to reinvent ourselves. For 25 years, we've honed in on how to produce a live event, a live wedding show.
Person to person, in face.
Yeah, face to face.
In person.
Yeah, face to face communication, and why that is still so important in our world, even in light of the advances in technology. And
Hummer's like, yes, it does feel bad.
And we can't do that. We can't do that. Brides can't have weddings. Vendors can't service brides.
For those of you who have children, we have a senior in high school, and obviously you guys all know what's happening with that. So they're kind of missing out on their life events. We don't want brides to feel the same way.
Right.
We're such a part of that. I mean, Forever Bridal has literally trafficked over 50,000 brides in our time. So in some small way, we're a part of a lot of weddings.
Are you getting choked up?
Nah, I'm always still.
Dom will cry as SpongeBob.
Brady Bunch, SpongeBob. I'm all about it.
Oh, you got this?
But yeah, so, I mean, we've been a part, and not only that, it's been actually about 3,000 vendors as well. So we were a part of a lot of people's livelihoods, weddings, events, memories, you name it. And we love that. That's the best part of what we do.
Yeah, I'm just reading everybody's comments, and
Ashley just joined us. Breakout DJ.
I know, everybody. I'm so happy to see you guys all on here.
I don't know if you guys have ever done lives, but everything's opposite on your screen when you look at yourselves. Every time I'm looking at, I'm touching the wrong part of my body all the time.
Everybody has done lives but you.
That's why I have you.
So we've been talking for a while. If you're just hopping on, obviously, maybe not obviously. I don't know.
You need to get some hair dye going too.
I'm Laura. This is Dom. We are the team behind the rest of the team at Forever Bridal. We would not be here where we are today without Camelia and Emily, who have been awesome, helping us get through all of this. Emily's been, a couple years now.
DJ, hello.
And Emily, how long have you been working with us? A couple
years.
years. Camelia's been with us over 3. I can't imagine doing this without them. There have been people that came before them, that, you know, part of the journey. It's part of the journey, but
one of our vendors just said she went to our show as a bride over 10 years ago.
That's amazing. Who is that?
Amaret.
Amaret, you went to our show?
That's what she
wow.
said. I mean, that just happens. So we've had, through our shows, we've actually had engagement. I've placed vendors next to each other who actually fell in love and got married. So all you vendors out there.
That's right.
If you like somebody, just let me know.
Dom is now a matchmaker.
Put you right next to him. Hey, you never know.
Wait, one. Emily, you've only been with us for 1 year. It feels like a lot longer.
That's funny.
So, yeah, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from our vendors. We want to hear from our brides. We're brainstorming and thinking about a lot of ideas that we can do to shift gears, stay relevant, provide relevant content, and provide opportunity for brides and vendors to connect. And so we just really want to hear from you, our vendors, and you, our brides. And that's why we got on here today, so that we could kind of address both of those audiences.
We've been married for 30 years. Us, we're gonna be 29
All right,
this year.
so you got us by 1 year. No, not this year. Yes, it is this year. I don't even know what freaking day
Dana
it is.
Ramsey she just reached out.
Thank you guys for staying consistent.
Yeah, we try.
We are definitely trying. I'm not going to lie. It's not been easy. All of our conversations with Emily and Camellia have been text conversations. So I'm sure there's been a few that, you know, you just can't get that tone and that vibe when you're texting somebody. And I'm sure there's been a few where they probably wanted to throw their phone down at me. And then other times when, you know, I can be a little more supportive. But the thing that's the most important is just having
getting ready to.
No, that's the end button.
Oh.
When we want to.
Okay. I know your phone's getting ready to low on battery.
Oh, that's okay. So if it ends there, it ends there. We're still on Facebook. So I don't know what I was saying, but
anyway, we're here to help you.
Anyway, we're definitely here to help you. We want input from you guys. We want to hear what you have to say. We've already got some of our own ideas going. Let us know. Share your story with us. Share your experiences with us. We're a sounding board. And that reminds me, we really are a sounding board. Dom has a couch in his office, and vendors come in, they come upstairs, they just walk right around the corner. They sit down on the couch and immediately start, having one-on-one therapy. So you can FaceTime us. We can still do that right now.
That's one of my favorite things, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's been really challenging, is just not being able to see people in person. Clearly, that's
when you're in events like we are Forever, we are people, and we need people. I mean, Seth said it the best the other day.
Oh, about the hugs, yeah.
We're just very interactive people. We're very extroverted people. That's what we do for a living. We need to help people. Right now, it is hard looking at yourself on TV and Facebook and Instagram. It's just not the same. That's why virtual wedding shows and virtual things we do online will be helpful and will get us through this time. But, we get back to doing what we do best.
Yeah. I mean, this is the new normal for now, but I desperately want to go back to the old normal. And I know we'll get there. It's just going to be a matter of how long and when. But we are going to continue to share relevant content up on our social media platforms for the brides. We have our Facebook group for our vendors, which is where we're going to be posting some things as well. We're going to try to be a little more relevant on LinkedIn and Pinterest and YouTube. We're just trying to, be there as much as we can. And the best thing that we can ask of you all is to give us feedback, share your experiences with us, and we can continue to help you and lift you up on this journey as you all have lifted us up for so long.
Yeah, and no one's commented us sitting in the closet, but they will.
Well, it's a nice.
Laura is very organized.
It's a craft and organization closet. So it's where my computer is right now. It's where my table is, which I have set up my home office. So
it's a perfect vantage point. We can see the whole house and the kids running around, the dog. So it works well for us.
Yeah, and it's kind of in the room where I can leave at the end of the day and not really come back in. So we're doing what we got to do over here at Forever Bridal. And I don't know.
All right, so let's wrap it up. It's about to get crazy in here.
Why?
People are pulling up at the house.
Who was that?
Your daughter.
Oh, my daughter just got here, so yeah, it's going to get a little wild. My dogs are starting to go crazy. Thanks for the love on the closet, Dana.
Sure.
I'll have to give you guys I think I may try to go on live one day and just talk about organization and time management and time blocking. I am huge into calendar blocking, although I haven't really been doing it lately.
How much organization goes into the show itself, all the different components, just from the floor planning to the lighting to the fashion show to the staging to it's just registration. There's a lot of components that fit into a show, just like you organize your own house. It's crazy.
Yeah, we have to stay organized, but from a personal side of it, I'm not Marie Kondo certified, but I think I am in my own mind. And I keep things super streamlined. I love to calendar block. I've been doing a lot of research on that where, being online all the time, we are, when I say we, I mean me and Camellia, we've been talking about strategizing and streamlining and getting really organized on our social media content because again, we've got this bank of all of this information that we're kind of have to shift gears a little bit and bring more relevant info to everybody because everybody has a lot of different priorities on their plate right now and things that they're worried and concerned about. Hold on, Amy. Stay right there. Jackie just walked in the door. Come here. You have to say hey to Amy. We're live on Facebook and Instagram at the same time.
Hi.
This is my daughter Jackie. Most of you guys know her, but for all my bride watchers out there, Jackie just got married last June at Rose Hill Plantation, and I just saw Walter post a little video from Rose Hill. We love Rose Hill and Walter, and so little shout out for them.
On Instagram too.
But yeah, you're on Instagram too. So, so glad I got that wedding out from underneath me before she said, "Aw, hi, sweetie pie." Amy, cookie.
Oh,
yeah.
Double treat.
Yeah. So we're so glad we got that wedding out from underneath us. So that just goes into my experience too, as as
a DJ, he knows how difficult it is to put a wedding on.
As planning that wedding, thank gosh we got that ahead of the COVID situation, or I really would be curled up in the fetal position on the floor right now. But that's a story for another day, along with the organization and the time blocking and all of that. Again, thanks so much for taking this little 30-minute blabbering journey with us about COVID and what we can all try to do to, excuse me, stay connected and weather this together.
But, if you can make comments here about, again, how can we help you guys? What are some content you would like for us to see and actually get out for you? Maybe any ideas about the shows in general, just let us know. You could always post it here or send Laura and I an email at respectively our names at foreverbridal.net.
Yeah, please do. Please email us. Please comment on our Instagram or comment on our Facebook. Send us a DM. We just are really, like you, looking for ways to be involved in the community, help everybody out, be there for people, add content, get through this, blah, blah, blah. I know you've heard it all a million times. And we're just, phase one. We are going to be in phase one while North Carolina is in phase one. Obviously, our health and our safety is our biggest priority in spite of how much I don't want to be doing this. It is our new normal, and we're gonna work through it. We are determined. We're focused. We have a great team in place to help us do that. We have made a great team for 25 years, and we just get to talk about business 24 hours a day now because we're home, and that's all we have to do.
I don't know, but you guys, I have seen more of my neighbors than I've ever seen before, ever.
Our neighbor is actually doing some construction, and they had a fire last year while one of our vendor blenders were going on, and my neighbors were calling me, telling me, your neighbor's house is on fire. So they're finally doing the construction to add on to it. So that's literally like my entertainment. I was just thinking this morning, you know how construction guys, this is going to sound very stereotypical, but construction guys whistle at girls when they go by. So I want to get my like tailgate chair and sit in my cul-de-sac and watch the construction guys build the addition on the house next door.
Whistle at them.
So there's just, you know, and it's just funny, stupid stuff like that that is keeping us going. So Dom needs to get on more often, your sister. Somebody asked Dom yesterday why he dyed his hair blonde.
I'm like, yeah, I haven't been to the salon in a while. I was like, yeah, it's just not blonde. It's just not brown anymore.
This weekend is going to be me getting the dog clippers out, attacking Dom's hair.
That's right.
Sorry, all you hairdresser people out there, but desperate times call for desperate measures. So anyway, thank you again, guys, for being with us. Brides and vendors, brides probably learned a little bit more about us personally than you probably wanted to know, but hey, that's just part of our story. It's who we are. It's why you trust us, because we're real and we're here, and
and we're always going to be here. So again, reach out to us when you can. Let's see how we can help you.
Awesome, guys. It's Friday. It's beautiful. Have a great weekend, and we'll be back on.
Be safe.
We'll be back on, and we'll be in touch and talking to you guys soon with our big new innovative plans for Forever Bridal as we move forward.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.